everyone. This is Jim Okerzinski with your Week 12 Screencast video. So this week we have a little bit of light activity. No assignments due, just the two discussion board posts for discussion board 14 and 15. In the Week 11 lecture video, I talked at length about discussion board 14, exercise 4.1, the dialogue with Dave. So please, roll back into week 11 and look at that lecture video. It'll break it down. Not only exercise 4.1, how to go about formatting that activity and that discussion board post, but also where we're going in chapter 4. Later in the week, discussion board number 15, exercise 4.2. Will be due, and then responses on Sunday. So heading over to the modules, I want to talk a little bit at length about the research essay assignment. So this is the next large assessment. The research essay is worth 200 points or 20% of your course grade. So everyone should take some time and review the main research essay assignment. So I say here, in order to demonstrate your knowledge acquired through gathering information, culminating assignment in the research project is the research essay. Whether you're exploring a topic or stating a claim, the research essay must be a minimum of 2,500 words, excluding the works cited page. So this is a lengthy conversation. Since you have accumulated 8 to 10 sources of information by preparing the annotated bibliography, you have to use a minimum of 6 sources of information taken from your work must be used in supporting your inquiry and the argument in writing the research essay. Yes, you can weave in your personal experience as academic evidence, also your interviews and surveys and your sources, right? So we're going to talk in chapter 4 about the two organizational patterns, what Ballinger calls a narrative or argumentative logic, as described in pages 111, 121. That's in chapter 4, and I urge you all to read what Ballinger says about those two organizational patterns. We'll also discuss some of the organizational patterns that might be available, traditional ones that might have commented in your annotated bibliographies on your topic. If a pattern came to mind, like a compare-contrast, or a problem solution format, the proposal format, it might be something to consider also, right? So what you see here in the MLA guidelines for your research essay are pretty much standard MLA guidelines taken from the guide, right? So review these significantly, take some time. You will be assessed according to these particular MLA guidelines in formatting your research essay. The Appendix A in the back of the textbook explains all of this. There's an example of how the essay is to look. Ballinger does a good job in providing you those reference points. If you've done your citations and your citations are formatted correctly with all the correct information, hanging indent, the sources that you use, okay, the sources that you use, it's a simple copy and paste in alphabetical order to your works cited page. If you are integrating new sources that you have found, then you are responsible to compose a citation and integrate that with your existing sources. You can use new information, and no, you do not have to redo the annotated bibliography. Perfectly acceptable, all right? So this is the main research essay assignment. Now I do want to get to the first draft instructions, which will vary differently. It'll fall along the same lines, but I want everyone to be aware of this. I want you using your sources. It needs to be a well-planned text. This needs to be as close to a full draft as you can achieve in writing the research essay draft. Right? I call it the first draft or consultation draft. The due date for this draft, along with the report, the peer review report, will be Sunday, April 18th. So please set your schedules. Also, I want you to be aware of everything in bold here is what I'm looking for, right? I'm looking for 6 to 7 pages, 2,000 to 2,500 words of text. Always the works cited page never counts in the word count. So this is your first draft. We'll go through the peer review process, and I'll explain how that goes in a drive folder a little bit later, and probably next week in a lecture video. All right. So I'll explain all of that as we approach that deadline. All right. So this is what's coming up in Chapter 4. Just want everybody to be aware. It's a little longer screencast than I intended, but hey, we're coming down to some very important units and modules here in the course. Okay, so make sure you read ahead and plan your schedule accordingly. If you have any questions or issues, please send me an email. Good luck.